Hey guys, welcome to the show. Sorry about earlier. I had a little technical difficulties, but we are live and in effect now.
Nah, baby.
Hey, what's up, No Face?
What's happening, Nicole? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling all right. I'm gonna get after it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just wanted to talk about friends. How many of us have them friends?
Yeah.
Ones we can depend on. Yeah, we're gonna talk about friends. All right. So No Face, I know you got a recent story about a friend. I don't know if you want to go into it or not, but I had asked you, will have you ever has it ever been a win to lose a friend? And you said, hell yeah. You said,
Yeah.
hell yeah. So can you elaborate on that? What was that hell yeah?
Um, I think you just made that up. I think you just
You're fucking
that,
lying. We just had this conversation like 10 minutes ago. But if you don't want to go into it, that is
no, no,
fine.
no, no. I mean, I think that no, like friends can really bring you down. I don't have friends either. Like that's what I was
Oh,
telling
you
you.
said that. You said that as well. So what you mean you
Yeah,
don't have friends?
I don't know. It's just my personality type. I never suck out friends, and I never wanted to have a lot of friends. So when I was in my school age days, I only had
Yeah,
one friend at a time. So
yeah,
it's never been something that aligned with my personality to have a lot of friends. But friends are, I mean, what is friends? Friends are people that want to be around you for their own personal gains. Most people
oh,
don't. Most people don't just meet a person and you're like, I'm gonna be here to assist you in something. They want something from you, whether it's material or it just makes them. They just want your vibes around them. Whatever they're getting out of it, it's not because of. It's not due to your benefit. It's not influenced by what's best for you.
yeah, yeah. That is, uh, that is true. I find that. I find that. I don't know what's up with that either, but that's the truth because people ain't gonna come into your life to help you. They want something from you.
No,
They like something about
right?
you, either your vibe or just your essence, just to be around you sometimes. And it's like
Yeah,
sometimes it's like blood sucking, right? Sometimes it's just
right.
like uh I don't want to say leeching because it's not like they don't want anything monetarily. Sometimes it's just conversation. But
Yeah.
sometimes
Sometimes it's your time and your energy, but it's still parasitical in nature.
parasitical. Yeah. Yeah, what's up with that?
It's
What
just the nature of people. It's just the nature of people. What do you think about friends, like men and women being friends?
um as in I think men and women could be friends without being friends with benefits. I think they could do that if they don't have any sexual attraction for each other. They could do that.
Yeah, I don't think men want to be friends with any girl that they're or woman that they're not attracted to, and
Mm,
I don't think that women want to be friends with any man that is not doing something for her. So it's disingenuous in nature for a man and woman to be friends. Yeah, it's always there's always somebody taking an angle. Both parties taking an angle on one another.
so you don't think two people can just you know be genuine friends just because and they both enjoy each other's company. You don't think that genuinely happens?
Not intersexually, no.
So one way or the other, either he's attracted to her or she wants something from him.
Yeah, well, she's most like in most cases, in my opinion,
Mhm.
he wants to try to finagle his way in, and then she's taking advantage of that by she's taking advantage of that subservient position that he's taken
Mhm.
and getting things out of him, whether it be monetarily or just his energy or whatever it may be. So it's not a good dynamic. It's not a healthy dynamic in my opinion.
So it don't work for both people. It sounds like both people are getting something out of it. That don't work.
I mean, one person is getting something out of it in that case, in that hypothetical case, and then the other one is trying to is has the man in that case
Uh-huh.
is potentially looking down the road as he might get something out of it, but that typically doesn't never happen, and it does happen sometimes, and sometimes that's how love stories start as well. There's always exceptions, but
Right. But don't you think he's getting something out of it at the time because she's spending time with him? He's getting
yeah,
something.
that's true. Yeah, yeah. There's
Right.
something that's keeping him straggling along for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those would be the best guys too. Those would be the guys that when she breaks up with her boyfriend, he's right there for him, and then she's saying, "Where's all the good guys at?" It's like, well,
And he's like, I'm right here. What are you talking? Is that what you mean?
yeah, but he was never a candidate to begin with in most cases. And then she might get old. She might get old, and then she might settle with him, and then he might be the husband she always needed.
What
After
you
she
mean?
ran out, after she runs out of options, and then she's like, "Well, I'll give this a try."
Oh, come back to him
Yeah,
like Plan B. He was her
yeah,
Plan B.
or Jay or whatever.
Oh, Plan Z.
Yeah, Blend Z type
He was
shit.
the
Q.
last on the totem pole. You talking about?
Right.
Mm. Yeah. No. That's basically just using somebody. That sounds like do you watch Dr. Boyce Watkins? That's what happened to him. He had a high school sweetheart, but they didn't you know, become a couple until later in life, until after she got married and had kids. And then later in life, he's a YouTuber if you don't know him.
I'm
But
looking at him right now. He looks
yeah,
like a he looks like a short king.
yeah. Mm,
Yeah.
want to bag on him. You're just like women. We don't judge people as soon as we see them. So you guys say we can't judge off of height or none of that stuff, but you're doing the same thing. If
I'm not judging him at all. I'm just saying he does fit the mold.
his
He's a
height,
Yeah. Well, I'm saying he's a short king, so
he
he
is
he wasn't he's and he looked like I mean, obviously he built himself up
right.
through his later life. So these are the candidates that experience these types of things, where a woman would double back on you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give this guy a chance," and then he's everything that they always needed.
Mm.
So that's not me judging. I'm just saying,
But they're both getting something out of it, and he's
yeah,
happy. So some
yeah,
people can say, he's second choice, if that, maybe last choice, last resort type shit, right?
right, right. That's
Because
my problem too. Like I can't be. I have to be the first choice, otherwise I get my feeling. I get
women,
my ego gets hurt.
yeah.
I don't want to deal with it. But I still feel like I haven't been broken down to that point just yet.
What you
So I
mean?
feel I feel like I deserve it. I haven't been. I still feel like I still feel like I'm him, so to speak. So
Right.
I don't compromise. I don't feel like I need to compromise anything just yet. I don't think I ever will. But I'm saying, um, that's a mindset of a person that feels like they're worthy of not being a second choice, and it's not necessarily a good thing.
It's not a bad thing.
No, but yeah, I'm saying if I lose out on opportunities because of that ego
Mm.
thing, where I feel like then it is a bad thing.
I mean, but nobody wants to be second choice,
Right.
and depending on the situation.
Right. Nobody wants to
Um,
be lonely and have and be don't have nobody to go home to, or doesn't have any kids to pass their genes down through or anything like that either. So
yeah, but a lot of people are choosing that. A lot of
um
people
I don't know
are
if
choosing that right now.
I don't know if it's a choice. People lie a lot, you know.
You learn. You learn. I told you that. People lie all the time. So when
Yeah.
people say they're choosing to be single and they're choosing um, to be celibate and to not have kids, they're lying.
Not always. I think especially when girls say that, they're
Mhm.
lying for sure. Not for sure, but in a more accurately, more higher a higher percentage of them are lying for sure. Men that say that they're celibate, and
Mhm.
I'm celibate too. So I um I I think I'm the exception though to that. So men that say they're celibate, they're usually just because it's usually because they're involuntarily celibate. They're not finding nobody. They can't find nobody to break their celibacy. That's a
Okay.
common thing. That's a common thing that's going around now amongst the young men and the middle age. A lot of men are saying that they're celibate. Like, okay,
So
but
are they
even and
choosing it? Are they lying or what?
they're lying. They're lying. It's so hard to be. It's hard to be celibate as a man voluntarily.
Okay. Okay. So they can't get none. So
Right. In most cases, that's what it is. Yeah. Just
okay.
like
And
a
so
woman,
women, what are the women lying
they're
about?
lying by saying that I'm single by choice. No, it's just that you can't. You not find a man that's worthy of being your man. And
Okay.
the men that you want
Mhm.
aren't the men that want you.
Mm. Now, what about the men who are single? Is that by choice? Single by choice. Are they lying?
But majority of them are probably 80%. I'd say are not single by choice. 20% of them are single by choice. It's a lot
20%
easier.
are single by choice.
20% of the ones that are saying that they're single by choice are single by choice. May at the most,
Okay.
giving benefits of doubts here. But I'm like again, I'm single by choice as well. But no, I have choices. Like I know I have choices. you know,
I like that.
a lot
I
of people
like
don't
that.
have a lot of people don't have choices. But
Single
more
by
people,
choice.
a lot of people do have. I mean, some choices aren't even worth exploring though, because there's a lot of women that there's levels to women and there's levels to men. So even like
Mm,
an average guy could
mm,
probably get a woman, but that's not worth nothing to him. So if
mm,
that qualifies, then he'd be single by choice also. So
mm,
maybe 30% 35% of men that are single that claim to be single by choice are single by choice.
mm. They're not finding what they are looking for out
Right. They have a
there.
standard. There's like a small percentage of men that have standards that they actually feel entitled to, and those men are single by choice. And it's not that bad to be a single man. It's not nearly as bad as it's not nearly as difficult to be a single man, especially if you can still get action
Mm.
as it is for to be a single woman. Being a single woman is really
Hard.
yeah, it's really hard. Yeah,
Tell me about it. What
yeah.
what what do you know? Why do you say
Well,
it's harder to be a single woman than to be a single man?
because women need men more than men, men need women. That's why on the day to day.
Okay.
So in a let's say in a small period of time, 3 months into a year time, a man would be just fine without a woman, especially if he already has kids and if he already has um, developed himself as a self sufficient person that makes decent money and makes a decent living. And at a certain point, a wife is more expensive than a chef and a maid, and a prostitute. You can fucking you can pretty much like The only thing you can't get is love, you know.
Can't buy that.
No, you can't buy that part. But if you're not, if that's not being offered to you, then and you have the means, then you don't really need a wife as much. But whereas you can have a broke man, if you can be a woman and a broke man can still fix shit around the house, he can still hold you at night, and he can still protect you in public and in the house. He can still do a lot of things that women really need, and there's more of them. You know, there's more. You know, to be able to be alone, it's as a woman, it's like a lot more difficult. Women are much more social creatures, also, so they feel loneliness. The loneliness hits them a
Uh,
lot harder than it does for a man. Also,
that sounds like a stupid statistic.
sounds like sexism.
No, that sounds like a stupid statistic. But but I ain't gonna totally disagree. I ain't gonna
Statistics. I think he became up with a new word.
statistics, yeah, that's what that was, a statistic. But I mean, I can agree with little bits and pieces of that. I can't really say if
Yeah,
it's harder or not. Most men I wouldn't see choosing to be single, um, unless they're just like traveling or on the dating scene a lot or something like that. But choosing to be single if they're just not finding what they want to out there, I think that that would be um, a lot lonelier than choosing to be single because you just want to have fun, you know.
yeah,
So so it depends, I think, on the reason for the single,
yeah,
and of course the person. And we got way off topic because that ain't got nothing to do with friends. But I was actually going to kind of tie it in together because
yeah.
I
They're
was
related.
tie it in together
Well, no, no, you do it.
then. Oh, I thought you was just gonna segue into how they are related. But yeah, we're talking about relationships and friends, but
Well,
the
friendships are. I mean, relationships are a form of friendships, and friendships are a form of relationships as well. So
true, true.
they all fit. And we were talking about not monogamous, but platonic relationships between men and women. So there's connections there. There's connections there, and they all it's all applicable when we talk about friends or recognizing fake friends and focusing on yourself. It could be it's the same principles are the same principles go both ways with your serious relationships
Mm,
with the opposite sex.
mm.
So
So
I said like having a girlfriend is like having a bad friend.
yeah,
So
I remember you said that. I
so
remember you said that. So if that's your thinking, right? If that's your mindset, then you would definitely be the type of man that would choose to be single, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who the fuck wants a bad friend?
Right. It's not as hard. It's not as hard of a decision, and you don't have to like a man. Typically, I know women don't agree with this, but we don't really have to compromise our sexual activities when we are single, or when we're. It doesn't compromise our ability to to find a good mate either. You know, we can be out here having hot boy summer, so to speak, and we're not hurting our status or our viability as a husband or as a person taken seriously in the
You're
market.
saying the body count, your body count don't matter, but her
Right.
body
That's
count does.
correct. Yes.
Got
And that's like biologically accurate. I don't want to argue about that.
Yeah, I remember you and Unique went all into the
Yeah,
biological,
yeah, we did.
the dumpster effect is what we'll call it.
Yeah.
The dumpster effect.
Shout out to Unique.
Shout
That
out
was
to
a
you.
unique analogy.
Right, now you know why she got that name. She come up with a lot of good ones, though. She said
Yeah,
something the other day on the show that was hidden. So, yeah, she be
yeah,
coming up with good ones. But,
yeah,
alright, so you had said that you only have, like, 1 friend at a time throughout your life.
yeah,
I'm kinda the same way, and I always get friends that are opposite of me, like the total opposite of me. Like,
yeah,
they're usually outgoing, very social, like to party, loud, and I'm like the quiet, shy one. But I always attract friends that are the opposite. Are you the same way?
I think a lot of people they say opposites attract. So I think that's applicable to a lot of friendship dynamics. But
Yeah,
I don't know because I wouldn't know because I don't have friends, especially in my adulthood, in my adult life. I
yeah.
haven't had I haven't had any friends.
Do
So
you have a best friend that you had since childhood that you're still friends with and stay in touch with today?
no, no, but I did unite with one of my best friends from middle school and elementary school recently, within the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Because he moved to my city, and I linked up with him, and it was cool, but it's like we're different people now, and but it was good. It was good to see him, and it was good to like reconnect. And I still exchange messages with him to this day. We talk about sports and stuff because we have the same. We're from the same region, so we have the same. We support the same teams, the Sacramento Kings specifically. So, but yeah, to answer
Is
your question, it's like no. The answer is no. The answer is no.
so you sound like you're just not like a friendly type guy. Like
I
you
am.
don't
I am. I am friendly, but I just don't have friends. If that makes it, because I'm a very personable person, and I'm very friendly, and I have gravity. People are attract to me on both men and women and children. It sounds now getting weird, but you know, I have an
everyone know what you
infectious,
mean.
yeah, I have
No
an
face.
infectious personality, so to speak. But that
Okay.
doesn't. But I don't develop friendships. I don't develop relationships, personal relationships with people like that because I'm a bit too I'm a bit too guarded, and I'm very like I could say moody because I don't want to be that person that you saw at that bar that one time. I'm not that person all the time, you know.
What bar? What time? What happened? Fill
no,
me in.
I'm just saying I'm not that. Just
You
you might
sound
see
like the
me.
bar incident has happened more than once. What you talking about?
No, I'm saying see you're doing too much right now. You're doing too much.
I'm trying
No,
to understand your metaphor. That was
but well, I'm saying like you might see me. A person might see me at an outing or a social in a social setting and say like, oh man, that guy he's really cool. He's really fun. I like him. I want to be around him more. But that's not. That's only one. That's only one element of who I am. The next day I might not be. I'm not going to be in the mood to be in that same type of setting. You know.
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to be. I'm not that
your
person
ass
all
is
the time.
moody, just like me.
I think we all are.
We all are moody. That's why people. That's. I think that's why people are finding it hard to connect because everybody wants to socialize when they want to socialize, and then they want to go to their own little corner and be left
Right.
alone when they want to
Right.
be left alone. And that's more times than not. Like
Right.
I usually want to be left alone. That's the problem. Oh my God, you're the same
Yeah.
way. That's
And then
hilarious. I didn't think
people
men
will
were
want you. Oh yeah, my bad. The people want you to people expect you to be that same person and give them
Yep,
those same
all
feelings every
the
time.
time.
Like,
Yes,
no, I was
yes.
doing that for me. I wasn't doing that for you. And when
Mhm.
you're doing, and then when you were just collateral. You were just a collateral beneficiary of that vibe that I was on.
Okay, now what about this though? Okay, so sometimes people like your low key personality too. So, like you say, all right, well, I'm not like that all the time. Sometimes I'm just, quiet, kick back, whatever. They like that person too.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that situation? Like they like, okay, cool. I like this. I like how you just chill and kick back. I chill and kick back too. Now they want to chill and kick back with you too. You thought
Right.
you got rid of them with saying I don't kick it like that every day. I ain't up in the bar in the club laughing and kicking it and throwing bottles and all of that. Sometimes I'm just kicking back, watching TV, watching YouTube at the house.
That's good. That'll be the type of woman that if it was a woman, that would be the type that I would be more keen on pursuing a relationship with.
Hella
But
women
with the
are like
well, I'm saying like if she likes that part and she likes these parts and she likes all them parts, you know what I mean?
that. So she like that part, this part, and them part.
Right, them parts.
Okay, okay, okay. She
Yeah,
got to
but
fit into all areas of your.
yeah, you have to understand there's a lot of layers to this onion, and if you respect and admire all of them, then you we could have something there. You don't get jealous when I'm entertaining, not necessarily entertaining other people in a bad way, but when I'm being personable and I'm getting attention from people, and you're not judging me when I'm being a recluse either, and saying, "Oh, he's boring," or if you appreciate all the elements of it, then that's a type of person that is going to be a good fit for me.
I like
But that's rare because the ones that want the low key guy, they don't want they want to keep the dog in the house. They don't want they want to keep him all to themselves, so to speak. A lot of times,
that. Mm.
and then the ones that want the party guy or the fun guy, they want to be entertained all the time, and everybody can't. Nobody can be all those things. It's when you're developing a relationship, you want somebody that's going to be there for you always, and not just when it's beneficial for them.
Hmm.
That's a big part of what's going on with the lapse in strong relationships right now is that we only want the good and we don't want none of the compromising and none of the sacrificing that comes along with it.
That's a good point.
You know?
It's like people don't expect there to be any bad. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you think
So they
yeah,
check out soon as any bad shows up. Like I'm not dealing with this shit. Like
yeah,
that.
or yeah, or not maybe not check out, but maybe not right on the spot, but it eventually they feel like they deserve better or deserve
Mm,
more. It isn't a good fit for them because for whatever reason. And it should just be about certain things. It shouldn't be that sophisticated. It shouldn't be these long lists of things that qualify a man or a woman to be suited for you. But there is, and that makes it damn near impossible to substantiate or to what am I satisfy all those things.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Especially if you're demanding a list of things from a
Yeah,
person.
right. And if the person really tries to fit into all those things, in damn near 99% of all those scenarios, they'll be compromising themselves, and it won't be something that has long lasting qualities.
So you saying people ain't really even genuine no more?
No, no, no. Everybody wants to compete with the next person the next fake entity relationship that they see online. They don't
Everybody
show all the
relationship goes. Huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's
Relationships are just like any other relationships with your family members or your business associates or whatever. It's never all perfect. It's like with work and sacrifices. It's only it's the ones that it's worth it. You got to understand what is worth it as well. That lasts the test of time. But people don't put that work in. They think
people
that
don't appreciate people no more though. Like
yeah,
that, really, people are taken for granted,
all the time. Yeah,
big time nowadays. Yeah, and people are fake. People are not genuine. So it's hard to even find a genuine person um, in the punch bowl of people that
yeah,
that's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't have any humility either. Like everybody wants to pretend like they're perfect, so they don't want to take any accountability when they're not, when they fall short of the perfection that they're trying to display and trying to portray. So that gives it that makes them a lot easily, a lot more easily feeling like they're being they deserve better because they're not seeing the imperfections within themselves
Oh,
either.
yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like taking accountability and knowing knowing your faults
Yes,
and
and then giving grace to others because you know that you're still worthy, you're still special, so to speak, or you can still feel highly
with your
about yourself.
hmm
Yeah, with your faults, and then extending that grace to others.
So, do you think that's a woman thing, or do you think that's a people thing? That's not
I think
in the
I think
grace.
it's a people thing, but it's also more so being it's more so being it's more so happening with women, but as we acknowledge, there's a lot of bitch ass males around here too that act like women too. So that it happens on both sides, but probably more proportionally towards women, but not as much as one would hope, because there's a lot of men that are real in their femininity a lot. You know.
Yeah, yeah. The men are big time in their femininity. We talk about that a lot on the show.
Yeah.
You see, the interview I think with Dwayne Wade, and he had his nails polished, and he had a what he called a merce. Was that
Yeah.
a man purse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, you got to be more specific because there's been a lot of. But I think he was
no.
on
This
a.
one was recent.
It was with
Dwayne,
Carmelo Anthony.
no, no, no. He was. This was like a week ago. I think he was like guest hosting with Bush's daughter. She's got like a talk show, a daytime talk show. So
George Bush.
George Bush's daughter has a show.
Oh
Jenna
yeah,
Hager Bush. That's her name.
yeah. I know that she was on the View at one point. I'm not sure if that was
She
was
has
like.
her own show. She's not. I don't know if she was on the View, but she has the show. She was with another lady, but now it's her, and maybe he was guest hosting. But he had on fingernail polish. He had
Yeah,
a man purse. So that's like what's that's what they're pushing for masculinity nowadays.
yeah, yeah. And that's just sitting in the wrong. That's yeah. That's a part of the problem. The problem is being trickled down from the most influential entities beyond they're using the influential people like the celebrities, but they're the ones that are calling the shots that use the celebrities to as a tool to influence our young impressionable people to do gay shit like that, and then wonder why they can't find a woman that understands all their layers and all their feelings and all this other shit that woman was never equipped to be able to deal with anyways from a man.
Yeah, it's mind fucking up our
Yeah.
kids and everything.
Yeah, then you'll tell them the same thing they tell their daughters as far as what they deserve and how they should be treated and how many fish there are out there for them, and they'll eventually find them. But sometimes you might try to catch a you might be trying to catch a tuna and get a trout, and then there's more fish, but they go
It's the wrong kind.
yeah,
I
that's
want
not
some
the
fucking salmon. What kind of fish is this?
fish, right?
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah,
ahead and put your hook back out there. I mean, eventually you'll find a tuna with this bait that you're using.
yeah, yeah. Some people be
Yeah,
kind.
everybody's just being misguided. Men with fingernail polish, that's not cool, man. You're not gonna. This nigga is rich and famous, okay? So yeah, he might still get some pull, but your regular ass with the fingernail polish, you're not. No, it's not. They're not going for that.
Mm.
They're trying to find attraction. They're not trying to find um um what's the word when you're not looking for you to take care of them, so to speak, because you can't take care of them. You're a regular person. So he's provision is the word I was looking for. He can they can still get with him for provision and look past that gay shit that he's doing. But you can't afford that, King. You gotta be on your shit.
Oh, you preaching to the men right now, huh?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because man, there's too many. I mean, I'm trying to diversify some of this pussy out here. You know what I'm saying? I can only just
What does that mean?
don't keep fucking fumbling these bags. I can't satisfy all these women. All right, y'all niggas need to fucking step your games up.
Oh, quit.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you
joking.
telling
Because
too much
I
about
already said
yourself?
I already said I'm celibate, so that's not the case. But it really it really like it really could be, because a lot of men like you were touching on like every man you were incorrect, but a lot more men could be getting more play if they was behave in an appropriate way, and then it wouldn't be such a disproportionate amount of men getting all the women.
I
'Cause they
think
don't know.
that's what's incorrect. You think like 40% of men are getting women and the 60% and there's 60% of men that ain't getting nothing.
Right. That's what we're talking about. Zero. But then it's really like the 80% of or 20% that's getting like mostly if not all of them, like most of them, and then the 80% are getting none to the into the slim pickings to like the only ones that the 20% don't want. And I'm
Oh,
serious.
wow.
And then there's a 1% of men that can get any girl, your girl, my girl, his girl, everybody's girl.
Okay, who would that man be? Give me an example.
Like example, like a celebrity, like anybody that you could that everybody knows by name.
The Rock?
The Rock, yeah, him, Kevin Hart, LeBron James, and
So
these
just
guys.
based on their status, they can get anybody they wanted.
Yeah, yeah, maybe,
Oh,
yeah. Especially like The Rock, because The Rock is like he's considered like a sex symbol too. So he could probably, even if she was trying to stand on her morals, he could probably still seduce her out of her shit. Even if she tried not to. You gotta
right.
keep you gotta keep niggas like this away from your bitch at all costs. Okay, it's not even fair to her to try to expect anything, anything less. Just keep these men away from your woman.
You gotta give her a pass, like a hall pass?
No, you don't give nobody a pass. You just lost
Oh,
your
I
bitch
thought that's what you
because
were saying.
no, I'm saying just don't let them around them.
Oh,
Otherwise, that's your fault. I mean, it could not be your fault per se, but she's going. She's gonna go.
Mr. Steal Your Girl?
Yeah, she's gonna go.
Okay, okay, okay.
And there's a
So
lot of
who
men. There's a
is
lot of men like that. There's a lot of men that could take everybody's girl, except for the only their fellow one percenters, I suppose.
so to understand where you're at, are you the type of man when you got a girl, do you think that there's a man out there that could take her from you?
I don't be thinking about that, but if I thought about it, then I would have to come to the realization that yes. If I put my girl around the rock, then yeah, she would go. If I better fucking get a five or something. Somebody that the rock won't catch the rock's eye. Otherwise, she will be. She will not even saying that every one of those guys would do that either. But if they wanted to, like they could,
Right, right.
because these type of guys, they're not thirsty like that. They're not like that. They're not trying to do that, but they could. I'm saying they could. It's not like the woman has power over herself to deny such a rare
Request.
and such, yes, it's like an opportunity. I mean, she's a biological person as well. She's only flesh and blood as well.
It's an opportunity to what? To get diddied? That's all that's gonna happen. And you'll
It's
never
like,
and
yeah,
ghosted. Diddied and ghosted. You'll never hear from them again. It's no benefit to that.
I mean, if you like, it's like putting a cookie in front of a 5-year-old and saying, "Don't eat it. It's bad for you." It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be conflicted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
if you're a
punishing them,
fan, if you really
right?
yeah. Mhm.
Like, oh yeah, I know the Rock. Look, babe, I know the Rock. Watch this, and then he's like, hey, I'm staying over here at the five at the fourth season. You know what I'm saying? You want to? Then you're fucked. You're fucked, King. But the same way goes with same goes with men too. Like men are it's not as extreme, and they can get way more opportunities. But they're gonna fall. They're gonna thank you. They're gonna fall to their biology if they're being hunted like that. Only difference is that they don't. Well, I've touched on it before. Like you shouldn't lose your family because of it, but
Yeah, you keep saying that. A lot of times men don't lose their family because of temptation.
yeah, they do. Most of
Yeah,
the time when there's, I'm sorry. Most of the time when even like Trump, I believe that there was some allegations of adultery, right?
I believe. Hmm.
Yeah. So he lost his. Maybe it wasn't the real reason, but it definitely contributed because when you say that he cheated on you, then there's some no fault marriage places, but for the most part, that like gives her all the green light to take all his shit. And when you have that green light to take all the man's shit, if he has something to take, then you can't say that it's not a contributing factor to why you lost your family because you put yourself in a position where, or maybe you didn't put yourself in this position, but you're in a position where if you cheat on her and she doesn't like it, and you're not gonna stop, then she will stop you and she will punish you for it. Make an
Yeah.
example out of you for everybody to see. They used to hang. They used to hang like the slave owners, the bad slaves. They would hang them and then leave them there for everybody else to see. This could happen to you. This is what bitches are doing to men these days that cheat.
Well,
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the situation with Tiana and Iman. I was thinking about it after we talked about it on the show the other day, and she did get a lot in the divorce. I mean, it sounds like she got everything that they own, either one of them own. But when they first broke up, they she said it was amicable.
Right.
They were still friends, and I guess other allegations came up later. But I was thinking maybe this divorce is all of these numbers and all of this stuff that she's getting. Maybe he gave her willingly just to, maybe he owes the IRS or some shit. Maybe he needs to hide money. Maybe he needs to get money off of his books because it's too much. And they weren't enemies. They didn't get to the point where they became enemies. Um,
They're enemies now.
I don't know if they're enemies now. I don't know if they're enemies now. That could be a mutual agreement to get the money out of his name and into her name. That's how I'm starting to look at it because it's extreme the things that she got, and even though she has the kids, it's extreme. So I don't know. There might be some business dealings behind that divorce
Mm-mm.
degree.
I mean, I can appreciate your expansion of your mind and looking at things that maybe don't meet the eye, but it's certainly not that.
Well, because you have to look at the shit uh that don't meet the human eye because everything ain't the way it seems.
Right.
We
But it's
we,
not like
we don't know. This
it's
this
not like
thing has
they're
been
hiding
going
money from the
crazy.
ace.
Go ahead.
My bad. My bad. I was saying that it's not like they're hiding money from the IRS through her because they could have did that. They can't do it through the court system because the IRS sees that.
Yeah, but it ain't his no more. It's hers. So the IRS sees that. That's the whole point of doing it in public.
You know, that's not quite how that works, but It's what it is. It's what it looks like. She had the leverage and she took it. She took everything that she could, and she didn't hold back nothing. She didn't
No,
compromise nothing.
I ain't gonna say that. I can't agree because
And she don't need him for nothing. She don't. She has a good career. She makes enough money. She don't need
that's what
nothing
I'm
from him.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Same
That
thing with Kim and Kanye. Like, why is he paying her 6 figures a month?
because he wants to.
No, it's not because he wants to. You think men really want to do these things to take care
No,
of kids?
I think Kanye does.
No, he
Kanye
doesn't.
wants to. I think Kanye wants to. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think
How
Kanye
the
wants.
fuck? I don't know why people think that. What woman would you think that would want to do something like that?
Well, because Kanye did a lot of things that I thought was weird, and he said he wanted to do them.
But
So, like when he,
none of those things had involved him giving money to somebody that doesn't need it.
yes, it did. He gave Kim $1 million on her birthday just so
That,
she
that, was,
wouldn't.
that was his woman. That was a kind gesture. You got to
Right.
give her a lot. You got a lot.
She's the mother of his kid, and so he's still doing things now. He did things after they was broke up. He did a lot. Kanye wants to do these grand gestures for Kim.
Nobody wants to be on paperwork being court ordered to pay this amount of money, and if they don't
I
do it,
agree
they're
with
gonna go.
the court part of it. I believe it shouldn't even never even go to court.
Never. It should be illegal. I mean,
It should be illegal.
it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, it definitely shouldn't be a thing. I feel like it hurts families. I mean, when you got a judge demanding this or that on your family relationship, I don't
Hmm.
think that could ever be a good thing.
Right now your dad hates your mom,
Yeah,
and
and the
that's not
kid
good.
is in the middle. Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible. Yeah, I agree. It looks bad. It looks bad and it feels bad. So I didn't know Kanye was paying that kind of money, but um, he's one that I think wants to do these
It's
things.
close to like a million. It's closer to 1 million than 500 a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I had to pay to take care of 2 kids. It was crazy.
Who Kanye's got 5 kids.
Okay, let's say it was 17 kids. That's still crazy.
Yeah, the shit is extreme. It's extreme. But Kanye ain't tripping. I ain't heard
Yes,
him complain
yes,
about.
he
I heard
is.
him complain about a lot of shit. I never heard him complain about child support
I have.
or alimony.
I have.
Oh, okay.
He was complaining to somebody about messing up his money because he's trying to. He needs to make money to pay for this fucking child support.
Are you sure that wasn't a Tyrese video?
It was Tyrese too. No,
What
no, it's not
Tyrese
right.
said? What was that? He said he was like, "Damn, I forgot the line." There was a whole
Yeah,
meme.
what more do you want from me? Not fucked up. That's not funny. Okay, it was funny, but it's not funny because it's sad as fuck at the same time.
What you? I love Tyrese. I felt him when he said that shit because that nigga was paying 15,000 a month.
Right.
And he couldn't even see his kid. That's just horrible.
Yep.
That's horrible. Um, yeah, I don't agree with the child support system. It's a nigga trap. We need to do a show on nigga trap because child support is one of them. There's a
Yep.
whole welfare. The whole system is nigga trap, and we need
Yep.
to close these goddamn nigga traps because niggas is still getting trapped. And all these
No,
traps have
seriously.
been around for years. The music
Yeah.
industry, another nigga trap. You know,
Yep.
and people just keep falling right into these fucking traps. But shit, I'm falling into it too. I'm in some sort of nigga trap. I don't know what nigga trap I'm in. I'm probably in all of the nigga traps built
Yeah,
into
I mean, nobody's immune, man. It's like nobody's immune. Even if it's not directly, if you're not directly biting the cheese, you're still feeling the effects of the nigga trap.
Mm, yeah.
It could be through your family, it could be through your friends, it could be just through the
Ah.
society that you live, the community or the economy that you're relying on.
Mm,
Not the national economy or the state, but the economy of your family. You know,
mm. That's right. The economy of your family. That's big shit. That's
because
fucking.
when black people get money, they still got to take care of everybody else around them because they're the only ones.
Yep. They sure do. I was watching the guys that's on the Pivot podcast, but when they was on the show before they went to
Yeah, I
Pivot,
am athlete.
I Am Athlete. When they was on there, it was they were mainly talking about their incomes and the money that they made, and they were saying with black entertainers when they get money, it ain't the same as when white people get money because black people gotta they money gotta go backwards and forwards, meaning it's gotta pay
Yeah,
for their parents. They gotta help out their parents, their aunts and uncles, their grandma, and they
yeah,
gotta help out their sisters, brothers, kids, and stuff. So their money gotta go backwards and forwards. White people just
yeah. I
gotta
think
worry about their kids, their grandkids.
right, and themselves pretty much. I think I might have seen the same thing because it was they were talking about one of their white teammates, and he was like, I never gave my parents any money," and they were like, "What? I can't believe it."
Yeah, that was a good ass podcast because I they gave a lot of good nuggets on that damn show. I remember
Yeah,
Brandon Marshall. He said when he- when he signed his contract, he had told his family, you know, if y'all got any business ideas, I'll invest in you. You just come to me with the idea. I'll put money in. I'll put the money down. I'll back you. Just he said he told everybody in his family because he was
yeah,
like, when I get married and start having kids, my priority is going to be my family. So I can't, keep paying y'all bills and keep giving y'all money and all that. But I will invest in you. So come to me. You got an idea, a business idea. I'll pay the money. You run the business. And
yeah,
so then, the rest of the crew, like Chad and them, was like, okay, so what happened? And he was like, nothing. Nobody ever
yeah,
came to me. Nobody. Nobody came to me with no business ideas, no nothing. They just came to borrow a few dollars here and there.
yeah. It's the nigga trap. Even though you it's the nigga trap, man.
It is that.
A lot of celebrities and a lot of successful public figures touch upon these same topics when they're black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bernie Mac talked about it a lot.
What did he say?
He said a lot, but he made it a comical bit. But he was saying if somebody knocks on my door at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna answer with a gun. And then if you say no, you better and if you say no to your family, you better put your dukes up immediately because they're gonna try to fight you. That type of
Yeah.
shit. And then like they're gonna love you until as soon as you say no to them, they're
No.
gonna hate you. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's unfortunate. You get punished for your success, but it's hard. It's important to not blame the individuals. You got to blame the circumstances that put them in this spot because we should have never been so economically um, deficient. If we were left to our natural devices, so to speak, I'm trying to find words. Then we wouldn't be in this spot. We wouldn't be so behind the eight ball. There's been a lot of systems put against us in order for us to be not only put in this spot but to be kept in this spot that we've been over the past 400 years post slavery and before then the last 150 years I should say post slavery and the last 400 years when slavery started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, with that being said, do you believe in reparations?
I believe that I don't believe that it's ever going to happen. That's counterproductive to white supremacy. That's never going to happen. But I do believe that we deserve reparations, of course. You see them stimulus package that was given out in COVID, trillions of dollars. That'll cover the reparations right there. So they
Yep.
got it, but they're not gonna give us no reparations. That would be completely against everything that they've worked so hard for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're so mind fucked that they could give us the reparations and it wouldn't change our state of being. I think we'll end up just getting it right back. You know what I mean?
A majority will, but then those messiahs that I spoke upon before, they're gonna run that up into $1 trillion conglomerate, and then that's gonna change the power dynamic forever. So it doesn't just because 90% of the niggas will fumble the shit, that 10% is gonna carry us through another dynasty. They can't have that.
Mm. Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
don't see that. I don't see that being the case. I don't think
you don't think so?
I think they could give us the reparations, and I think the 90% will fuck it off. The 10%, there might be 10% that does the right thing, but that may not be enough to actually, you know, have generate. It ain't gonna change our circumstance in the black. It may not be enough to change our circumstance in the black community. That's
I think it would. I think there's a reason why the reparations never came, and if it wouldn't make a difference, they would have gave it to us and then been like, okay, we see we did what we were supposed to do. It's on your now it's your fault because it ain't nothing to give nobody some money. Money ain't even real. Money's not even real.
That's what I mean by we'll just end up giving it back. We'll go buy cars and clothes and
Yeah,
going right back into the economy. They're not going to lose anything, just like the COVID money. They didn't lose anything by giving people all that money. It went right back into the economy.
yeah. But like I said, I believe that it would it would like birth a, a community or a small community of black billionaires that this world has never seen before, and that would eventually change the power dynamics in a way that white supremacy wouldn't be able to sustain any longer.
Mm, it's deep.
Because all
Looking
we
at it
need is
that way, it sounds like we ain't gonna get the reparations.
no, we're never gonna. That's never gonna happen. It'll never happen.
You put it that way, it sounds like that shit. Yeah, it definitely
It'll
ain't
never happen.
Well, I'm still voting for it, California. So when that bill come around again, yeah, I'm marking
Is
yes.
it? Is it
Gonna
something
vote
that's on? It's something that's being voted
in
on. We're trying to get on the ballot.
California for sure. California
Yeah.
reparations bill.
How the fuck are you
Yeah.
gonna put it in California? The niggas wasn't even slaves in California.
What you mean we wasn't slaves in California? Nigga, we
There was no
still
slavery.
slaves.
There's no slavery in California though. But of
Well,
course there was. Well, you're talking about more deeper, like, yeah, we know we know that there was slaves in California, and there's slaves
we
still
come
to this day.
from slavery, so it don't matter where we at now. We are foundational Black
Yeah, but
Americans.
it was the southern countries that were getting rich off of slavery, though. So that's why I feel like
Right.
it's a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah, but
ironic.
California gotta pay us, though. Stop fucking
Yeah,
it up. California gotta pay
America
us.
needs to pay us from
America
a
needs
federal
to pay
level.
us. You right. America needs to pay us. But I guess the states are looking at it individually, and California's been looking at it for a while, and they're looking at it again. So
Yeah,
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. There's some
it's
Black
not,
people who are not for reparations, who not just don't feel like we'll ever get it, but they don't think that we should get it.
yeah. Then the black crackers I was talking about.
Yeah, because that's just ridiculous. What kind of Black person thinks that we don't deserve reparations? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know what kind, but
Yeah, the black crackers.
yeah, the ones that are that get satisfaction out of saying, "Look at me, I made it. Why can't you?" And they don't
Mhm.
have no black friends. They're not amongst they're not ingratiated in the black community like that.
Good point. Good point.
And they probably got white wives and mulatto children. And then when
Ooh,
they and then in a couple generations their bloodlines will be white.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's happening to a
and that's
lot.
what they want.
A lot of the successful black people that make money, like the athletes or entertainers,
Mhm.
they're they get they start paying alimony, child support to white families,
Mhm.
and then their children end up being they have mulatto children that are gonna end up
Pass. They're gonna
passing,
pass.
getting it through to or having babies with other more white people until
Mhm.
they're black. Then they're not even white. They're not even black people anymore.
They're not even black no more. That's how you whitewash black.
That's how you keep the dollars white. And
Mm.
these guys are incentivized athletes. They're incentivized to date white women for their image because they're gonna
Incentivized by
get
who?
by the endorsers. So the endorsement companies like Nike and the ones that and Wheaties for whatever
Yeah.
they're gonna give them more money if they have a white wife as opposed if they have a black wife. They might get
Wow.
$0 if they have a black wife, and they
Right,
might
because
get a
they don't
hundred
want
million
that
dollars.
wealth to go to the black family.
Right. But they use words like cultural appropriation or universal appeal to justify why that is. But it is really about money and power dynamics staying white.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know how many black millionaires, multimillionaires have made rich white women and never made any rich black people. Period.
Yeah.
That's
No, I don't know how many, but I would
a
not be
lot.
surprised.
And
Niggas love
the rich,
giving their money to the white people. They love it.
the
Niggas
richest
don't want
white women, the richest white people. I mean, the richest women in the world are all got it via alimony, child support.
where you get that from?
It's called Google. You can just look it up.
Be a smart ass.
The Forbes list. Look up the Forbes list.
Wow.
Oprah's not one of them though.
Is she
But
she on the damn list?
no, she's not. She didn't get her money through. Like I think Bezos's wife or ex-wife. She's one of the richest women in the world. She's richer than
Okay.
Oprah.
Okay,
No.
okay. Is Elon's ex-wife getting paid?
Does he have an ex-wife?
Well, I don't know if they were married. They had 3 kids though. I don't know if he was
Yeah.
ever married.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure she's on that list of billionaire women. But Bill Gates' wife is one of the richest women in the world as well.
Yep, that's right.
That's a completely
Okay.
different subject. I just
Yeah, I don't know how we got there, and yeah, Elon he did pay 6 million to his ex, but yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. We hit a few different subjects.
yeah.
We tapped a little bit on the fake friends, but like we always do, we always start with one subject and end up in a whole different one. So that's where we went
Yeah.
tonight.
But we have organic conversations though, so
That's what it's
that's how that
about.
happens.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So we are gonna wrap it up for tonight. We will see you guys again Thursday at 6:30, and we are
Something like
heading
that.
out, something like that. Yep. So thank you guys for watching. I'm Nicole.
No face, no case. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Peace out.
Peace.